Imagine this, a raised bed that had once gone dry and crumbly, suddenly alive with squirming earthworms, dark humus, and plants growing stronger by the day, all because of one small change. No turning the compost, no digging, no liquid fertilizer, just a simple powder scattered by hand. Within weeks, what had been inert soil was full of movement, moisture, and microbial life. It didn't look like much when I added it, but the transformation was almost unbelievable. If you're a gardener who loves big results from lazy hacks, you're going to want to stay with this for the next few minutes. Because this isn't about magic or mystery, it's about mineral balance, microbial food, and one often overlooked method for turning dead soil into a living, breathing ecosystem. This guide is for every gardener who struggled with dry raised beds, low fertility, or compost that never seems to activate. What if the solution isn't adding more layers or watering more often, but simply rebalancing what's already there with the help of something nature responds to instantly? Dried molasses. Think of it as the instant microbe buffet. If rock dust and clay powder are the mineral backbone of this method, dried molasses is really the ignition switch. Unlike liquid molasses, which, can ferment too quickly or attract pests, dried molasses releases sugars at a steady pace. These sugars feed beneficial bacteria in the soil, sparking microbial activity almost overnight. As bacteria multiply, they break down organic matter more efficiently, releasing plant-available nutrients and attracting larger soil organisms like protozoa and nematodes, many of which serve as food for worms. In just a few days, a dry bed can shift from biologically stagnant to microbially rich. And with microbes come worms. Earthworms aren't just looking for moisture and shelter, they're looking for food. When bacterial activity surges, worms arrive in droves to take part in the feast. What you end up with is a raised bed that breathes, one where the soil moves, absorbs, and holds like a living sponge. Roots grow faster, transplants settle in better, and the soil begins to smell like a forest floor. How to sprinkle and walk away. Seriously, there's no digging involved in this method. No need to mix, blend, or water heavily. Simply dust the surface of your raised bed with a thin layer of rock dust. Follow with an even lighter coat of clay powder, then finish with a scattering of dried molasses. If you're adding this to a freshly mulched bed, apply before laying down the top mulch layer. Otherwise, just let the next rainfall or watering session carry the powders gently into the top few inches. Within 7 to 10 days, you'll begin to notice signs of change. The soil stays moist longer, the surface doesn't crust as easily, worm castings begin to appear. By week 2 or 3, dig down gently and you may spot worm tunnels weaving through zones where none existed before. That's your proof that it's working. From bare soil to microbe paradise. This powder trio doesn't just improve one aspect of your soil, it actually shifts the entire biological profile. It creates an underground environment that's buffered against extremes, welcoming to both roots and organisms, and capable of self-sustaining fertility for months to come. It's the kind of lazy hack that delivers lasting results, especially when used in tandem with mulch, compost, or light cover cropping. And best of all, it's invisible. There's no sign that anything was added. No strange smells, no awkward piles, no need for exact ratios, just a fine dusting of overlooked minerals and sugars left to work their magic in silence. If you've ever felt like your raised beds weren't living up to their potential, or if you've struggled to attract worms no matter how much compost you add, this method is worth trying. Sometimes the best thing you can do isn't to add more bulk, but to add the right trace ingredients that spark life below the surface. If this guide sparked ideas or opened your eyes to how simple soil revival can be, don't forget to subscribe to Hydro Haven and share this with fellow gardeners. There's more life in your garden than meets the eye. You just need to know how to wake it up.